Call to order this special meeting, I have my gavel today, of the Beverly City Council, Thursday, June 4th, 2020. Ms. Kent, could you please call the roll?
Ames? Here. Rotundo?
Here.
Rand?
Here.
Flaherty?
Here.
Frady's?
Here.
Feldman?
Here.
Hausman?
Here.
Flowers?
Here.
And Guanci.
Here. Councilor Houseman, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes. I pledge allegiance. Can you see it? To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilor Houseman. Let me do our housekeeping. Script for remotely conducted city council meetings. This one, a special meeting, Thursday, June 4th, 2020. As a preliminary matter, this is Paul Guanci, President of the Beverly City Council. Before beginning the meeting, I'd like to announce that this meeting is being recorded by the City of Beverly and live streamed by BevCam on both Channel 99 and via BevCam's YouTube channel. I am confirming that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. And we did that before the meeting started. Thank you all for being here. Introduction to remote meetings. Good evening. This open meeting of the Beverly City Council is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of COVID-19. In order to mitigate the transmission of the virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the governor's order suspended the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as adequate alternative public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting does not have public participation. There are no public hearings. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and televised live and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that the other participants or viewers may be able to see and hear you, and anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. You have the option to turn off your video if you're participating via computer. All participants should keep their microphones or phones muted unless recognized by the chair to reduce background noise and feedback. Please wait until the person speaking has finished before speaking so we can clearly hear all participants. We do not have to read Rule 22 because we are not taking any votes this evening. That said, we will go directly to communications from His Honor the Mayor, and Mayor Cahill is here to present his FY 2021 budget. Mayor Cahill?
Hi, Mr. President. Thank you. Hello, councilors, Madam Clerk, Mr. Budget Analyst, and several department heads who have joined us this evening as well. I'm going to be brief. Don't have a wordy presentation, mostly because I'm in meetings nonstop, and it's hard to get to it, so you'll be spared a bit. But I am very grateful for you and the work that you've been doing throughout these last several months that we've all been so challenged. And I look forward to our work together over the next several nights. So here is my message to you that I'd like to share. As I present our fiscal year 2021 proposed operating budget, I first want to thank the many outstanding city and school employees who have helped to craft this critically important proposal. And for that matter, I should say I want to thank everyone in the school and in the city, every employee in this community who have been working so hard to, on the school side, deliver critically important education to our kids, and on the city side, critically important services to all of our residents. I want to thank you all. We all know the challenges that we as a community, as a country, and as a world face right now as we battle the novel coronavirus 19. It has taken a horrible toll at a human level, and we've been particularly mindful of meeting the needs of our people these past 3 months. Line by line, department by department, our people have done outstanding work, not spending and turning back nearly $2 million in budgeted money just in the last quarter of the fiscal year. Further, these same department heads and their teams have tightened their department budgets and have put Mr. Ailes, our dedicated and talented finance director, and me in the position to propose this budget, a budget that delivers on our core services at the same level as last year, despite the anticipated losses in revenues. Our proposed fiscal year 2021 budget will ensure the high-quality services that Beverly residents need and deserve. This budget assumes an overall reduction in local aid of 17.5% from the fiscal year 2020 funding levels. This is consistent with what we have seen during previous recessions and aligns with what many of the state's leading economists are predicting. In addition, our budget projects significant reductions in the expected levels of meals, rooms, and motor vehicle excise tax revenue that the city will collect in fiscal year 2021. We also know that in these economically challenged times, building activity can decline significantly. Therefore, our budget projects revenue reductions in the building permit area as well. The noted reduction in projected revenues totals $4.6 million, which required all of our departments to refine their budgets, absorb scheduled cost increases, and cut expenditures from last year's levels to arrive at a balanced budget. Our budget proposes to reduce funding levels to be in line with historical spending levels, effectively carving out some of the budgetary flexibility that has existed in recent years. As a result, departmental budgets will be tighter, and there's a higher likelihood that any unforeseen costs may not be able to be absorbed within the proposed department budgets. However, the key here is that this has allowed us to keep staffing levels the same, and since the services that people count on in Beverly are provided by our city and school employees, that has to be the priority now. Thankfully, we will benefit from a one-year reduction in our debt payments of $496,000, which will help absorb some lost revenues. This, however, is a one-time benefit, and we plan for a significant increase in debt costs beginning in fiscal year 2022, related to the final borrowing for our new middle school and the total borrowing for our new police station currently under construction. We have been fortunate during recent years to be able to increase the city's investment in our road and sidewalk infrastructure. In fact, fiscal year 2020 represents the largest city contribution to roads and sidewalks in many years. This fiscal climate now does, however, require the city to reduce this investment by $350,000 in fiscal year 2021. Our proposed budget contains no staffing reductions, as I already stated, and no service level reductions, while meeting the increasing cost requirements of the city's unfunded pension liability, health insurance premiums, previously committed collective bargaining costs, and an additional $1.4 million in new funding for our schools. The city, all of us together, have made sound financial decisions over the past several fiscal years, and as a result, we have built our reserve balances, reserves that are designed to stabilize the city during these economically challenging times. Our budget proposes a draw from the stabilization reserve of just over $1 million, which will allow the city and schools to continue to deliver the high-level services and an outstanding educational program to our residents. The stabilization reserve is a resource that will help us through these next few fiscal years until the financial pressures we are facing now begin to recede. We do know with certainty that fiscal year 2022 will prove to be an even more difficult budget year in many ways, and we need to be mindful that the stabilization reserves that the city has built must carry us through the length of this financial uncertainty. Mr. Ailes, our many dedicated department heads, and I all look forward to working through this budget process with you, our partners in city government, in the coming days. And I want to thank each of you in advance for your tireless commitment to our residents, our business owners, and the best interests of this wonderful community. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor Cahill. Does anybody have any questions for His Honor the Mayor? I know we just got the budget today, so I'm sure everybody will pour over it this weekend. So I will refer the mayor's budget to the Committee on Finance and Property. Ms. Kent, you have that?
Yep.
Yes, okay. So that's all the business we have tonight. Let's just go over our schedule of our budget hearings for the next week. We will have 3 sessions next week. Monday, June 8th at 7 p.m., Tuesday, June 9th at 7 p.m., and Thursday, June 11th at 7 p.m. Councilor Flaherty, you are the Chair of Finance and Property. You okay with that? I'm going to take that as a yes.
I should probably get myself off mute.
That's okay.
Yep, I think we're all set. We'll make it work. I know on the June 11th I might be a little late for that meeting, but due to work. But I think we should still follow the same format we're doing. I think it works well. I know I've talked to you about it. The one thing that I would like, and I know we've talked about it in the emails, but I want to make sure that it's difficult enough to go through these meetings virtually. But if everybody could, read up, not that we don't before, but we're not going to be going line by line. We're going to be going department by department. So that would make things a little easier and be prepared with questions beforehand. I think that will make life a lot easier for everybody moving forward.
Thank you, Councilor Flaherty. So that will be next week. We have a regular city council meeting scheduled for Monday, June 15th. I know we're busy that night. We have a number of public hearings. Stacey Ames has asked that Mary Saris from the North Shore Workforce Investment Board is going to speak for a little bit. So that's on the 15th. We'll have the public hearing for the budget. This is a little different than you got in your packet. The public hearing for the budget will be on Thursday, June 18th at 7 p.m. We will meet the Committee on Finance and Property and Committee of the Whole on Monday, June 22nd to take our final committee votes. And then we'll have final passage of the FY 2021 budget on Wednesday, June 24th at 7 p.m. Any questions, comments, thoughts about Zoom meetings as opposed to live meetings? Okay.
Mr. President,
Yes.
do you mind going over the following week, or is that it?
That's
June
it.
24th is it.
So it's next week, the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then the following week is the same thing?
No, the following week is the 15th, Monday and Thursday.
Got it.
And then we'll go Monday, Wednesday to finish it up.
Very good, thanks, okay.
All right. I want to thank Mayor Cahill and his department heads for taking the time to meet with 3 of us at a time to talk about the budget. I encourage everybody, like Council Flaherty said, do your homework, take a look at the budgets that we're looking at on Monday, have some questions. I'm excited to hear questions from Councilor Feldman, Councilor Ames, and Councilor Rotundo, whereas this is their first budget. And I appreciate the fact that Mayor and Brian Ailes got this budget done as opposed to trying to do a 1/12 budget. They all deserve to be commended. That said, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty,
Yes.
Flowers,
Yes.
Frady's,
Yes.
Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanxi.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Good night.